Need a roll call.
Jennings.
Here.
Pointer.
Here.
Trogdon. Voigt.
Here.
Farnham.
Here.
Funkhauser.
Here.
Keller.
Here. I'd like to have a motion to approve minutes of the June 13th, 2012 meeting. Pointer moves, Funkhauser seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of the special board meeting held June 25th, 2012.
So moved.
Second. Ben, Jennings moves. Boyd seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Number 7, county board, or 6, claims against the county. Need a motion to approve. Merlin moves. Jennings seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item 7, county board members' claims. Merlin moves. Pointer seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Item 8, public session. Yeah, John.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to state that your ETSB is still paying a $1,500 stipend for FOIA and OMA in violation of the law that covers what ETSB funds can be used for. I would appreciate it if you'd do something about it. We found another piece of property without looking, and I don't know how to fix it other than print up a list of all taxes and property and physically go look at all of it. But there's another piece of property with the Edgar County Cemetery that's farm ground is not being taxed.
Yeah, I read your letter.
Yeah. And the Mass Transit District that you have 2 appointed members on, that you have appointed 2 members to, is, well, you can read the highlighted section. Mass Transit District trustees cannot be elected officials in the counties or municipalities that form.
Say that again.
Mass Transit trustees cannot be elected officials in the county or municipality that formed it. Paris, Edgar County, Clark County, Marshall formed that district, and Edgar County has 2 of them appointed, which will be Mr. Trogdon and Mr. Smith. Clark County has 1 elected official appointed, so I'd appreciate it to look into that and appoint 2 different people.
You're fired, yeah.
You're happy.
That's all I have.
Okay, Kurt. Yes, did you have something?
I don't. Got a chance to review the audit that was briefed at the last meeting. I'd like to go over a couple of things. I'll be as brief as I can. I know I'll be within my 5 minutes, so bear with me. The audit proves we're making a difference in the county. The same firm has been doing the audits for the county for years. However, an interesting twist happened this year. For starters, Larry, I believe was his name, started but did not finish the audit this year. I don't know if our complaint to the state caused that or not. We won't know for sure, but we do know he refused to investigate fraud. We met with the infamous Larry the auditor, and from the get-go it was evident either the county board or certain members had given him marching orders that clearly forbid him to look into any other matters raised because they were not in his scope of authority. A scope of authority that was given to him by this very board. How ironic, after all these years, we now have this audit with over 2 pages of significant deficiencies. Can anyone tell me how it is that the same firm doing the audit for so many years just happens to come up with 2 pages of significant deficiencies this year, yet nothing even remotely close in the previous years? I can tell you, and you know I'm right. You had members of the public demanding answers to the fraud that was taking place, and those demands were exposed to the auditor to include factual documentation to support the fraud by county employees. However, this board gave marching orders to disregard those facts because you only allowed the auditor to look at 1 year. How convenient the entire year that you were looking at was the year they stopped the stealing because we exposed it months before the audited year. What did I claim and have evidence to prove? Fraud. Fraud based on clear and provable misappropriations of funds by your 911 board. What did the auditor suggest? A fraud risk assessment process that would consider the county's vulnerability to misappropriation of assets. Coincidence? I think not. Auditor's questions for this process to this board. What individuals in the county have the opportunity to misappropriate assets? The answer, your ETSB for one, because they blindly approved numbers on paper without ever looking at the actual invoices or receipts. Thousands of dollars of misappropriations occurred, and I proved it to the auditor, yet you people forbid him from looking and reporting on anything from the previous years. That's official misconduct. Your health department, over $20,000 of theft took place because of lack of oversight. Interesting how you're willing to prosecute that person, yet you ignore what the 911 board did, and it was well over $20,000 that was misappropriated. Second item they've suggested, are there any known pressures that would motivate people with the opportunity to misappropriate assets? The answer, personal life issues is what typically motivate people to do wrong, and once they know they got away with it, the behavior grows like a cancer, as did with your 911 director and the board. I exposed it, and most of it stopped. They're still currently using 911 money for unauthorized expenses, just like Mr. Kraft pointed out. Prove me wrong, I challenge you. What assets of the county are susceptible to misappropriations? Just about any asset you can think of, because there hasn't been an inventory of all county assets any of you can put your hands on, to my knowledge. You don't know what assets you have, so how on earth would you know how to prevent the susceptibility of misappropriations? Number D, they listed, are there any known internal control weaknesses that would allow misappropriations of assets to occur and remain undetected? The answer is yes. The weakness lies in the fact people are in positions for the wrong reason. Some of you it's power, some of you it's free health insurance. How many of you here because you were called to truly serve the community? The weakness is the lack of integrity in many of our elected officials. I said many because I'm holding out that a couple of you are going to do what's right in all aspects of your obligations and stop allowing misappropriations of funds from departments that are still happening. If you don't have the power granted by law, you can't do it, and you know it. Stop breaking the law now because the people have had enough. How would assets be stolen was another recommendation from the auditor. Answer, stolen? Why worry about assets being stolen? You guys give them away. Give them away only to have the person sell them 5 years later for millions of dollars. Better yet, you pay people to take your assets. That action is official misconduct. How about this one? Turn in a claim form for payment and call it a planning session, knowing damn good and well it was a Christmas party. Trust me, it's worked and worked for years. That's how they've done it. It's called a false claim and it's fraud. Your 911 director did that numerous times, and I challenge any of you to prove me wrong. You sit silent because you know damn good and well we expose your assets being stolen. And again, you do nothing to recover it. That's official misconduct. Last item they referenced, how could potential misappropriations of assets be concealed? Simple, have board members who never see an invoice because the department head had free reign to simply turn in a claim directly to the treasurer, not you, Don, previous treasurer, and then get paid, and no one noticed for a year and a half. When it was discovered, what did you do? You made them pay it back, but refused to prosecute it for the theft that it was, and that was the tune of $43,000 on a false invoice. What did it get you? It got you a deputy that violates a person's civil rights that leads to higher insurance rates for this county because you people keep ignoring illegal acts of employees. You may think that's all behind you now. Well, it's not. What do you think is going to happen when a crime pops up with a gun that traces back to the massive list of guns sold by the past sheriff and his chief deputy? You people have refused to take action on that matter for reasons beyond my comprehension, but I assure you, if a person is injured 1, 5, 10 years down the road with one of those guns, it's going to come back to haunt this county because they were sold illegally and people did nothing. That's official misconduct. How could potential misappropriations of assets be concealed? Why worry about the concealment and theft of illegal acts when you aren't willing to do anything about the ones right in front of your eyes? Other suggestions. He suggested establish written procedures for departments, attach credit card receipts with statements, original invoices should be attached to claim form. See any pattern with the auditor's report of significant deficiencies? They're all the very items we pointed out with your 911 board and director, and you people refused to stand up and hold them accountable. Ironically, all these suggestions of misappropriation and fraud, page 2 of the letters from the auditor, fraud and illegal acts. During the audit, allegations of potential fraud activity in the Emergency Telephone Service Department were communicated to us. We considered these allegations in evaluating potential risks of financial misstatement and in selecting audit procedures to perform. We also conducted follow-up discussions with various board members of the county. The results of our procedures did not support the allegations, and we found no evidence of any impropriety. Those procedures limited to 1 year. My evidence is solid. You people did nothing, and you covered it up. You want to turn this county into something to be proud of? Stand up like men and do the right thing because it's the right thing. The truth has no agenda. Hire a county administrator to move things in the right direction, but hire one that has no ties to the cesspool of corruption and let him do the job without micromanaging that some of you think you need to do. It won't change for the better unless you're willing to make bold moves and put your petty differences and power trips aside. Leadership isn't just a word, it's an action. Who among you has the guts to lead and cut the cancer out of this county and implement the cure? God help us if you men don't have the courage to do what you were elected to do. Thank you.
Item number 9, motion to accept the audit.
So moved.
Jeff Boyd moves.
Second.
Wonder seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 10, I need a motion to let bids for the FY12 county audit.
So moved.
Wonder moves, or Boyd moves, Verlin seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, the committee, the finance committee will be developing criteria to bid. It's not going to just be, we want a firm to audit our county, we'll have specific things, include the times, how it's done, etc. And Doherty's going to help us
And the committee should also interview potential bidders.
But anyway, I wanted you to know it wasn't just, okay.
Item 11 is an intergovernmental agreement between CMS and Edgar County. The Century Network. This is a routine bookkeeping. They allow us to use this network. In exchange, we allow them to have a position on our tower. Does anyone have any objections? We've been doing this for several years.
That was reviewed by the state's attorney's office. Everybody's involved.
Need a motion to approve it? Carl moves. Carl seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I think that was put up there here this week. Item 12, I need a motion to keep closed session minutes closed through 6/13/12.
So moved.
Ben Jennings moves. Kevin Drummond seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And item 13, the county clerk has asked that we extend for 30 days Peter, the approval of election judges. Apparently they're slow coming in.
They're slow coming in, they're still not all, both sides of the fence.
Merlin moves, Ben seconds. This is not the first time we've had that request. Our judges are slow to volunteer. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Item 14 is county highway. Resolution authorizing board chair to sign a PLR 05510 local agency consultant agreement with Homer Chastain and Associates to perform a portion of the preliminary engineering. This pertains to Brockton, correct? Part of our, what's the name of that grant?
The four community drainage grant, Pike.
Right. Part of the I.
It's part of that.
We help these communities with their drainage problems best we can. This is no cost to the county.
Well, this,
Minimal.
yeah, minimal.
Everything's a cost. I need a motion to accept that.
So moved. Second.
Let it be known, I believe that's just district, he didn't move. I'm kidding.
It's in your district and you didn't.
Oh, sorry.
You're opposed to it.
There'll be a roll call.
We'll find out.
We'll find
Is there
out.
going to be a test later?
Janice,
Yes.
Pointer,
Yes.
Trogdon.
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
And that motion carried. Item number 2, resolution delegating authority to the county engineer to set and post reduced speed limit while traveling through highway construction zone, mainly for Lower Terrell Road. Berlin moves, Trump the seconds.
That's close.
When we get through signing, we'll have another roll call. Got a lot of noise going on there. People falling down the
You can sit in the No.
This is Lower T specific, this second, right?
No, I don't think it's specific. Well,
That's the way it reads, I just wanted it was.
yes, it is.
Okay.
That actually should be open into ruling for construction area. And was they working on ORG yesterday?
Yeah, they've started. They haven't closed range yet, they're just getting ready for the embankment.
Deputy clerk says it's okay to take the road.
Oh, by golly, noise pay attention. There'll be a roll call.
Janice, Pointer,
Yes.
Trogdon,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
Funkhauser.
Yes.
That carries. We'll wait for the approval of the deputy clerk. Thank you. Item number 15 is really a non-issue. If anyone wishes to discuss it, we'll remove it. My knowledge. Any no objection? Also, department head report. Don? I know how I skipped you here.
Of course, we have
That was intentional.
we're focusing on collections right now. Our first due date is Friday, 13th. It was not intended to be an unlucky day, but I'm sure people will view it that way. As of close of business yesterday, we have collected 41% of what was totally extended for all taxing districts. As of Tuesday, of the taxpayers that have already paid, 38% have chosen to pay both installments. I'm not trying to encourage anyone to do that. I'm just stating a fact. As of right now, we already have $300,000 waiting to be distributed to the general fund. By midweek next week, we should have about $450,000 that's going to hit our general fund account. The distribution will be sometime next week. I'm just going to have to wait and see how things go. And we still have approximately $4.35 million of first installment to collect between now and Friday. Of course, postmarks are honored, so we will be getting mail up through Monday and Tuesday. And I just want to make two comments, because people ask me these questions. Let's just reminding people, no tax money directly goes to Springfield or Chicago. All right? Just want to make that declaration. Of the monies that we collect in Edgar County, 92% of it goes directly to taxing districts within this county. The other 8% does go to overlapping districts, such as schools, junior colleges, one fire protection district, and I think one library, Sidell Library. So feel free to discuss that with people so people become knowledgeable about. There is an attitude towards Springfield and Chicago, we all know it, but they do not get their hands on our property taxes, simple as that. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Kurt.
No, we're all glad to do that. We all glad to do that the same way as next year.
Yeah.
Annual thing.
Yes, the hazard mitigation plan, we're going to probably within the next couple of weeks be sending out invitations to our first meeting, and that will be with Southern Illinois Polis Center, our vendor, and writing that plan. So that's underway. The narrowband switch is scheduled for the 18th, next Wednesday, and hopefully we will get that done without too many problems and test we will test the system that day. We also got which is more Ike money, the same pot that all the rest of the stuff's coming out of. From the 2008 floods, they did tell us that they were going to pay off on that mitigation money at some point in time, but they never made any promises when. But they send me more paperwork to do. We got more paperwork this week on 6 projects, and acting like, you know, they're not going to pay the other until they get more paperwork. I mean, we've filled out all the paperwork they've got to send us. They just send more now. For filling potholes, we have to figure out when from road washes, we got 6 projects that we need to see how many linear feet they were altogether. So, and that's about, I don't know what it is. It's several $1,000, not, I think $70,000 or something. That would go to a whole lot of entities, and some of it to the county. But it's a treat. It's a treat.
You're going to measure them yourself, right?
All I'm going to do is go ask, like Dirk, and say, hey, you bought 500 ton of gravel. How far would that go? They just want an estimate. I don't have any idea why.
Go out there and measure.
Yeah, just estimates. They know it's an estimate. I don't have any idea why they want it. They've already looked at all the holes when they came around, project holes. That's all I have.
Bad, yeah.
The only thing I have is the state has passed a new exemption that I hope nobody ever has to use. It's the natural disaster homestead exemption, and it is from a catastrophic cause, including but not limited to fire, flood, earthquake, windstorm, or extended period of inclement weather. So that's
not bad. Bad, are you in possession?
When's that?
yes, I am.
When's that become effective?
Immediately.
So it's not backdatable?
Nope.
Karen,
I'm going to a meeting to
I'm good.
get that.
how about the animal shelter?
We're good. Nothing new.
You don't know what a pleasure to hear that's good. Did a great job out there.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Clerk?
Nothing for me.
Committee report. Jeff, you have anything?
Budget is on budget.
Yeah, we're gonna make it through July.
Looking at the numbers and knowing that I'm going to do a distribution next week, we're going to squeeze by. But if I wouldn't do a distribution next week, I would feel obligated to borrow some more money.
Now, this distribution, is this earlier or later than last year?
Well, historically, we never do it before July 1st. But last year we did it right around July 13th. 13th, somewhere right in there. And I'm thinking this is going to be 1 week later than last year, but we also got the tax bills out about 1 week later than last year. So our due dates are about 1 week off.
Last year, how much did we borrow?
Last year we borrowed altogether $275,000, and we immediately paid it back upon a distribution.
This year, what have we borrowed?
So far, 30. And I don't foresee it getting worse because we're going to do a distribution.
Very good. That's what I want. Carl, do you have anything? Jeff?
No.
Berlin? Ben?
No.
Kevin?
No.
Right to reverse prior order. Prior order.
Department head. July 30, the Clinton Road closes again for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that we'll make the paper when we talk about committee reports, or the department head reports. And Lower Terre Haute Road's going to have a speed reduction. It's going to have 4 miles. It's going to be hard to traverse throughout the summer and fall.
Those of you who haven't been, I encourage you to run to Clinton. Quite an improvement of that highway. And next year will be much, much better. Preliminary, it's still smoother than it was.
Yeah.
And Lower T. Sorry if the inconvenience of anyone travels that road, but it will be 2 weeks, probably 3. lower teeth.
before it gets heavy, it'll be a couple, 3 weeks, and then it's gonna last for several months.
That will much improve the safety of the lower half of lower teeth. Thanks, Aaron. Now, rights for Burke Pryor. Seeing none. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
How come you don't like that?
Been June seconds. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. We're standing.
You should have to say like 2.